A new statement there from Ms Ghani. What can we make of that?
I think the statement from Nusrat Ghani there probably raises two main issues. One is sort of technical and to do with process, and the other is to do with culture. I think on the technical side, it clearly sets out, I think, what we'd been reporting this morning and what guests we'd had on, people that had served, say, in the Conservative Muslim Forum, had been telling us that there was really a lack of faith that the actual disciplinary processes, the complaints processes that were available to pursue issues like this, so that would have been the complaints process that Conservative Party headquarters would have run, really didn't have the confidence of Nus Ghani that it was robust enough to deal with the seriousness of the accusations that she was making. And clearly she felt that it was not appropriate for the party to be essentially investigating something that a government minister, she said, had told her. The second point, I think, that comes out of that statement from Ms Ghani is about how complaints of this type are treated within government, and whether the government can fully understand, or the people that these complaints are made to can fully understand the hurt, really, that is caused to someone of Muslim faith when they are essentially told, as Nus Ghani alleges, that is a reason for her not progressing within her career, because Nus Ghani is essentially saying that, yes, the Prime Minister did meet with her, yes, he did invite her to pursue this formal complaints process, but in her view, he didn't believe that the reaction from the Prime Minister and the reaction from the government matched the seriousness of what she was saying, and the impact that it had had on her professionally and personally. Now, what of course we've heard from Downing Street and also from Mark Spencer, the Chief Whip, who is alleged to have made these comments, they have all said that there is a zero-tolerance approach towards Islamophobia within the Conservative Party, but they have also said that it should be for the official Conservative Party complaints channel to deal with accusations like this. So I think Nus Ghani would say that that proves a point that this isn't being taken seriously enough. What we have also seen today that I think is interesting is the reaction that we've had in the last 24 hours after this story broke in the Sunday Times from cabinet ministers and also from senior MPs. Now, late last night, when the response was officially coming in from the government whip's office that essentially was a blanket denial and said that Nus Ghani needed to make a complaint if there was going to be an investigation, and until she did that, there wouldn't be an inquiry, Nadeem Zahawi, the Education Secretary, was tweeting that he thought there now should be an investigation. We have also got quite a strongly worded tweet, given his position within the cabinet, from the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, today. He has said, Nus Ghani is a friend and a credit to the Conservative Party. This is a very serious matter which needs a proper investigation. I would strongly support her in making a formal complaint. She must be heard. So Sajid Javid saying essentially the onus is on Nus Ghani to make that complaint. But I think when you contrast what he has said there to the quite robust denial from his ministerial colleague Mark Spencer in a series of late night tweets last night, and then you throw into the mix what the Education Secretary said, it's hard not to see a degree of cabinet fracturing over this. Now, it would be easy to, I think, dismiss that, or not dismiss it, but to put that down to the seriousness of these accusations if it wasn't for other issues such as national insurance and tax rises, COVID restrictions, where we have seen senior members, or we know about senior members of Boris Johnson's team, beginning to push back against the Prime Minister and express their opinions a bit more fervently. We have also seen, I think, arguments breaking out further down government ranks and within the party that I think at a time of stability in government may well have been closed down by the Prime Minister that are now not being closed down. And I think you put all that together, and when you speak to MPs that are sceptical about the future of Boris Johnson, they say that this is what gives them their evidence, if you like, for Boris Johnson not being able to survive in post for much longer, because they say the instability, the ripples that have essentially been sent out by the Partygate scandal and the impact that has had on his authority, sort of draining authority from him, means that the process of governing is becoming a lot more bumpy than it was. So when you're faced with really, really important and serious issues like the one that Nus Ghani has raised, like we'll face in April when it comes to national national insurance tax rises or energy rises, the authority that the Prime Minister should have to sort of carry his party and his administration with him starts to go. And I think what sceptical rebel MPs will say is that when that's gone, it's difficult to get back. And the only solution really is to change the person at the top.